Hi folks, welcome back. In the previous video, we talked about creating this gateway API. I mean, basically enabling at the GKE level, and then how we can leverage the gateway classes. Eventually, define the definition for gateway, and then the HTTP route, and how we can consume the Kubernetes service there, and eventually we can expose the microservice via a load balancer IP. So that was for a HTTP traffic without using the certificate and all. So in this particular video, how we can expose this microservice using this gateway API and in a secured manner. So without wasting the time, let's come back to the documentation. So if you see here, there is a secure gateway under. I mean, this is again doesn't come under the cloud service mesh tab. So in order to have the complete understanding of all the features at the GKE, whether it is a standard or enterprise level, I would encourage everyone to have this knowledge of this open source gateway API as well, because in a particular cluster, both gateway API and Istio gateway can coexist, and how we can leverage and all. As I mentioned in the previous video, I would be covering a concluding video. There I will demonstrate that. So if you come down here, you have a gateway section itself. So in the previous video, I have shown you like how we can create gateway API and all those things. So now in this section, you have multiple options. So let's assume you have signed self-signed certificates, or you have the certificates which are generated through other methods, and you have that certificates ready. Now, how we can leverage that for the gateway? There is a method for that. You can create a Kubernetes secret out of that, certificates that they have demonstrated here. So, what you can do is you can use that certificate file. Either it could be a self-signed or any other method. When using that, you will have your own private key and complete key gen cert.pem. So, I mean the cert chain cert.pem. So that using that you can create a Kubernetes secret, and you can leverage using this something like this. So you can provide a TLS section, and this is where the that the HTTP termination is happening. I mean the SSL termination is not HTTP. I'm sorry for that. SSL termination is happening. So for that, like, you're providing the reference. So this is the straightforward method, and then inside HTTP root section. So this I was explaining in the previous video, that there at the moment there is no host name section. That was empty because we are not leveraging the host names, which is part of a certificate. In this case, you can see the host name section where we are leveraging the host name of our issued certificate. That's all. It's a straightforward method. We are not demonstrating this. We will be going with a managed certificate. So let's see the next option, which is securing gateway using SSL certificate. So don't get confused. Under a certificate manager, if you go to certificate manager, let's go to certificate manager. You have your classic certificates. This is the one which it is referring, which is an SSL certificate, and then a certificate which is managed by the Google. It is also, I mean, like, this is quite old service, and this is a new generation service provided by the Google. Still, both coexist. So the option which is demonstrated here is for the classic certificates. Again, this one I'm not going to perform this because I have generated a certificate using Google Managed. So that is what I'm going to demonstrate, and I would encourage that as well because Google recommends that. So again, you are creating a certificate here with a domain, and then you are leveraging it something like this. So the difference compared to previous one is, you are giving as a certificate reference for the one which you have managed using the secrets. So that is one example. This is the secret which you have created. This method here, it is straightforward. You are directly referencing the certificate name which you have created here. So again, there is no change required for the HTTP route, which is same. All you are doing is for the existing service definition, you are just putting a host name. Don't worry with the Nginx example, I will be demonstrating it. I'm just giving you the explanation here. And the third case, in our case, like we are basically performing this, which is securing a gate using certificate manager, because I have a certificate which is issued via certificate manager. So if I go to certificate manager, so this is the certificate which I issued, basically with this host name. So if you see here, so again, how to generate the certificate and map it with a particular domain handle. I have already recorded a video in my channel. I would encourage you to go back and watch my previous videos for that, where I have explained about how to create these certificates using Google Certificate Manager, and how we can map it with a particular domain provider. All those things I've already given an explanation. So I would highly encourage for the users to go back and read that, because that would give the better understanding about these certificates. So let's come back to the example. So again, straightforward, to create a certificate, uh, and then once the certificate, this step is I've already performed. Once the certificate is ready, you are creating something called as a certificate map. So let's go ahead and create this certificate. So first let's see whether the certificate is created or not using this gcloud command. I have already shown that certificate is created. The same thing, it's demonstrating. Now using gcloud certificate manager maps create, I am creating a map for this particular certificate. So I'll just give test cert map. Once this map is created, now you have to add the entry of the map for this particular, basically associating this certificate maps with the particular certificate. That is what this next command is going to perform. So if you see here, certificate manager maps, entries, and create. In order to understand what are these maps of certificates and map entries and all, I would encourage the users to go back and read the Google certificate. Google managed certificates. I'll see if I get a time. I'll try to record a video, to give the explanation about that. But meanwhile, the individuals can go back and read, because in one of the video I have given explanation about how to create these certificates. I'll try to make some time and record a video about what are these certificate maps and how we can leverage and all in upcoming days. But till then, again, please go back and go watch the read the documentation and try to understand more about the certificate maps. So now let's create a map entries for this. What I'll do is I'll use this certificate map entry, and then I need to provide a map name, which is this, and then it expects the host name, which I have given during certificate creation, which is this, and then finally your certificate name, which is this. That's it. Now let's wait for this map entries to create. All right, it's created. So you can always go back and check whether all these resources are properly created or not. If you see here, currently certificate maps entries list, hyphen map is equal to this. Yes, it is. But currently you can't see the association with any of the gateway around, because we yet to do that. Now with the previous setup, which I have shown in the earlier video, we already have our Nginx deployment, which consisting of three pod replicas, and then we have a service which is exposed on port 80. So this setup we already have, And let's try to understand what different compared to the earlier gateway and this gateway cert. So this is the definition which we have used in the previous video without using the certificate. Now, what makes difference with these certificates? So if you see only this annotation section where I'm giving the reference to the cert map which I have created here, which is basically this test cert map. So I'm just giving a reference for this, and then the protocol which was like HTTP earlier, I have changed it to HTTPS. That's all, nothing much. So let's go ahead and deploy this. Okay, now let's check this. Currently it is unknown because it underlining, it's requiring a particular root. Let's check the root definition. This was the previous one which we have used. Now let's see what's the additional thing which we are leveraging here. So the only difference here is I'm giving the host name section, and that's all. It's nothing much. So let's go back and apply this. There you go. Now you see when the root is created, it is associated with a particular host name. Now let's check the gateway. It's still taking time. Let's describe and see. It's syncing. It's saying that syncing is success. There you go. Now it's programmed to 2 and we have the IP address for this. So now what we need to do is we need to pick this particular IP and go back to the DNS, create an empty, create an record set. I already have this record set created earlier for my testing purpose. So all I'm going to do is changing the IP address with whatever the new one which I got. Save this. That's all. It would take from couple of seconds to maximum up to 5 minutes to make sure that this association is done and everything is working as expected. Then you can check it. Meanwhile, you can always go back to your Kubernetes cluster and check the status. So let's go to Kubernetes engine. So here you have something called uh, gateways. There you go. My gateway is showing it is healthy. Now alone if you hit the IP, it's a insecure one. Now let's go via the DNS route. So before that we can try here as well. Uh, if you pick the host name, I think still it's doing the association and let's give couple of minutes and come back once it is ready. All right. now it seems to be ready. If you hit curl, you are seeing response. Now let's go back to the browser and oh, there you go. It says it. If you see here, connection is completely secure and certificate is fully valid, which is issued by the Google. That's it. It's a very simple process. So again, I'm all I'm trying to reiterate here is you can leverage the gateway API features with complete functionality of securing everything without enabling the cloud service mesh. So with this, let's conclude this session, and thank you so much, folks. So I hope to see you in the next video. I would request the users to go through this in detail, and please subscribe to my channel and encourage me. Thank you.